Hello and welcome to the Cutie Art Crusaders, episode 54 for July 16th, 2013. We're back from Everfree Northwest, and by we, I mean me, Rainbow Plasma, the organizer and editor of the podcast.
I'm Flutterguy317. I'm the art organizer on the podcast.
And I'm Pinky Dash. I'm extremely tired and I do questions.
That was weird. Burn's not here right now.
Yeah.
Please leave a message. Please leave a message and he'll get back to you as soon as he can.
Beep.
Yeah, so Bernd had to work today, so unfortunately it was either missing him today or missing Flutterguy and I tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we had to unfortunately... Wow.
You would have stolen the spotlight.
Burn a Pinky
Really?
Dash.
Yeah. Again, we could have done it. Oh.
But 2 against 1, and I wanted to talk about the con because... And I think, you know what? As much as Bernd would love to be here and talk about his stuff, he has been to something like this before. He went to Everfree Northwest last year. Mm-hmm. He's been to EQLA. Is that right?
Yes.
EQLA?
Yeah, he was at EQLA. Okay.
Yeah, so he's done this kind of stuff before, so it's kind of nice for the 3 of us because the 3 of us had never been to a pony convention before.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll try to cover some of the stuff that he would have talked about anyways, so.
Yeah. First of all, sorry that there was no episode last week, because obviously we were at the con, and we didn't have time to do anything.
Yeah, normally, I mean, our plan was if we had a panel, we would just take the recording of that and turn it into an episode, but we didn't end up getting one, which was a good thing because we ended up doing a bunch of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it basically left us without an episode because we didn't have any time to edit, and frankly, no time to record anything either.
Yeah, because we were so busy.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll talk about the stuff that we did do the weekend in order. So I guess we'll just start from...
We can start prior to the con, just kind of a quick snippet. Cause
yeah, I do want to talk about the fact that we were with Bernd for about a week.
Yeah.
Before.
I wasn't.
I know. We missed you then.
That was your fault.
So Rainbow Plasma and I arrived at Bernd's house on the 29th of June. And we kind of hung out until the 4th of July, which is when we went up to Seattle to the con.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with him there. It was kind of cool because Bernd was freaking out. I mean, you and I had met before, Flutterguy, in Boston.
Yeah.
And we had already met each other once. And I don't know, I don't think we're the kind of people to freak out over meeting each other in person because, I don't know, the transition was so smooth and I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just more used to meeting people in person after knowing them for a long time on the internet, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, Bernd kind of freaked out about the whole thing.
Yeah, he was kind of goofy over it.
Yeah. He did get to lock you in a cage though.
That's true. While Bernd was showing us around a tour of his place, which is in the countryside, he showed us a cage that he had. And so,
for rabbits, not for rainbow
plasmas. Yeah, so there was that. We'll be putting up pictures on the screen just in case you're listening to just the audio. We will be putting a bunch of pictures up on the screen. Hopefully that will pertain to whatever the heck we're talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, we also spent Canada Day there, which is cool. I was
Canada.
a giant jerk and wore a Canada flag.
Yeah, you got 5 people wishing you happy Canada Day and 100 people giving you odd looks.
Yeah. We went down to some cool gardens and stuff, and which was near downtown Portland. And so yeah, I wore a giant Canada flag, because I'm a goof.
It's true.
Yeah, we spent some time with Bernd, had some good times with him, got to see where we recorded and stuff like that. And yeah.
And then we went up to the con.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Bernd.
Yeah. And Pinky Dash also had a kind of an adventure beforehand.
I did. So I, instead of spending a week with you guys, because I don't like you very much, I spent a week before the convention with Silver Rain Clouds in Chicago. And that was great fun.
Yeah, you walked right through the Chicago Blackhawks Stanley Cup parade. I'm jealous.
Yeah, we did.
That sounds awesome.
But that was a total accident as well. We were on our way to, I think, the museum, and then we're walking through the city, and there was people in red jerseys, and we're like, well, what's going on? And then we found out there was a big rally for the Hawks,
Yes.
Blackhawks,
Yeah.
winning the Stanley
Yes.
Cup. And we were surrounded before we know it by everyone wearing red, and there were literally a billion people.
Oh yeah, no, it was crazy. I'm jealous.
And like in this one teeny tiny park, there was a billion people, and everyone was climbing all over each other, and we drowned. And
Well then,
and
that was
people,
eventful. That's might be a slight exaggeration.
Yeah,
but
just a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm jealous.
Mm.
And you kept
But-
sending me text messages being like, "Look at the crowds! Look at this!" It's like, ah, so jealous.
That must have been so much fun.
The museum was good too because I saw dinosaur skeletons, which I'd never seen.
That's cool.
They had dinosaurs, and I saw a squirrel.
Oh yeah.
Don't
The
exist
whole
in
squirrel
Australia.
thing. Yeah,
Squirrels don't exist.
we're not going to prod the squirrel story because Pinky Dash will be lost for like hours.
Yeah,
in how
jeez.
fascinating they are.
Squirrels. Squirrels. They're so cute.
So on
Yeah.
the 4th of July, we headed up to Seattle for the convention. We stayed in the same hotel that the convention was being held in, which was really convenient. We found over the entire weekend. Yeah, we basically went there, picked up you guys from the airport, picked up Sir from the airport. You'll remember Sir from our Christmas special.
Yes.
And we all the 6 of us ended up staying together in a hotel room, which was awesome and also kind of cramped, but it's okay because I got a bed. So
In a room meant for 4.
Yeah.
exactly. Shh, don't tell. I'm pretty sure we weren't the only ones
You can-
cramming people into rooms.
If anyone ever sees videos from Everfree Northwest on the EFN channel or anything, I'm the guy with the Nekomimi ears because apparently nobody else ever had Nekomimi ears, which was amazing because I thought more people. would
Yeah,
have them.
your ears were like moving, and so many people were mesmerized by them.
I know. I was sure more people would have them, but apparently not.
So we did some stuff for 4th of July. We went down and checked out a fireworks display.
Yep.
Not super important. More importantly, ponies,
Yeah.
which this weekend was filled
There
with.
was a pony tent at the
There
fireworks.
was a pony tent at the fireworks, but we didn't really stay at the pony tent. But we did get to see, like, first starting with the parking lot, there were a ton of cars
Yeah, parking
with
lot.
pony stickers on them and pony, like, pieces of paper with
Yeah,
ponies on
like
them.
we came into check in, and immediately like the entire parking lot was just like, here's pony stuff everywhere. Like it was really evident that the con was here.
Yeah. And they had 2 cars, actually, that were wrapped in blue tape, like they use for painting, like painter's tape. And it was like, draw on me, ponies, da-da-da, honk for
Oh
ponies.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we...
And a couple of good artists were
Yeah.
drawing out. So Cosmic Unicorns
Yeah.
were on one of them. Right underneath a picture of a butt.
So I don't remember really. I mean, I guess first day of con was stuff that we started to do because over the weekend we didn't really have any plans, I suppose. So we during the first day we kind of walked up because we the 4 of us had media badges, so we got to go with EFN and their crew kind of behind the scenes with their stream setup and everything. And so we ended up talking to Final Draft on the first day of the con, which was the Friday. And he said, well, why don't you guys do some floor stuff? So we ended up going down during that first day and recording almost an hour of like floor coverage in the vendors hall, which was, to me at least, the main attraction. Where there's just a ton of artists, plushie makers, commissioners, all these crazy people down there just making art and selling it. So we got to walk around and talk to almost everyone and do like little interviews with them, which is actually now, as we speak, up on EFN's YouTube page, which I think is still Everfree Radio.
Yes.
I think it's under CAC EFNW.
Huh?
I think.
Yeah,
What?
it's
I think
Everfree
it's,
Northwest - Cutie Art Crusaders. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was So we got to do a lot of coverage there. That was really cool, and it was the first time that we'd ever done anything kind of like that. Because we were kind of
Yeah, like we hadn't.
Well, I mean, sorry, you were doing the camera,
Yeah,
but like Bernd and
I was holding the
Yeah,
cables.
I mean,
Bernd and I were doing the like interviews and stuff,
yeah,
which is kind of intimidating.
yeah, because it was the first time we'd done like live interviews before. Because when we do our interviews, it's over Skype or, so it's just vocals, and it was interesting because we got to interview all these artists like in person, face to face, including some of the artists that we've actually interviewed before on the show, which was cool.
Yeah, we got to talk to Alien First. We got to talk to Cosmic Unicorn. We got to talk to KDW, who hasn't been on the show, but made us some cool badges, which we'll get into later.
Her art has.
Yeah, Pinky Dash.
And my commission last year.
Right,
Pinky-
that was where we got that connection from, because you got a commission from Bernd last year.
Yes.
That was KDW's, and she was back again this year. Is there anyone else? I mean, JJ was there.
Yeah.
Giant Mosquitoes was there, who did your commission for last year.
And does the Dr. Adorable tumbler.
Leakfish was there, who did a lot of the art for the con, actually.
Right, the official art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that we got to talk to.
artists.
Like I said, really intimidating being in front of a camera. Not only, I mean, you were saying we have audio only, but one of the biggest factors is editing. And I'm just so used to being in an environment where I can accidentally say something and then like it'll be edited out or something. But in that one, it was much more live, and especially with the camera too. It was just I don't know why, but it really I don't know, it made me nervous. So hopefully those videos came out okay. I don't know. I thought I did a okay job at least.
Yeah. Well, it was nice because when we were talking to the Everfree Network guys about doing floor coverage and stuff like that, we thought that we might have to edit it and upload it and stuff, and they said, no, we'll take care of it. You just get us the footage. So we got the footage, and they edited it, uploaded it, and yeah.
Edited it is giving them a bit too much credit.
Yeah,
because
looking at you,
I'm pretty
Cowboy
sure they
Dave.
just took all the, I'm pretty sure they took all the clips and put them together, because there was one clip in there where we were like whispering to who we thought was the editor. One of the guys who was on the crew was Cowboy Dave, and at some point we were just doing a goofy thing while we were doing B-roll. And for those of you who don't know, B-roll is kind of like the footage that you use that's like put over music or something, or it's just, I don't know, to fill in gaps.
Yeah.
And at some point we did B-roll, and like I was whispering it, like stuff to Cowboy Dave, and he left it in. You're not supposed to leave that in.
Yeah, we're not sure if he was the one editing, or it might have been Viral or Ramble, but
Maybe.
yeah. That somehow got left in.
Somehow.
It was so funny.
Anyways, it was nice to not have to do it, regardless of whether or not it was fantastic or not.
Yeah.
It's still nice to not have to do it.
So we did that on Friday of the con.
Well, that wasn't the only thing that we did.
That wasn't the only thing, but that was a majority of. It took a while getting through the entire vendors hall.
Yeah, it did. We definitely. I mean, we had to take a break like halfway through to
Lunch.
do lunch and come back. And I think the voice actors panel was on Friday. Was it not?
No,
that was the
it
Friendship
on
is
Saturday.
Witchcraft. Friendship
Yes.
is Witchcraft panel was the one that we went to, which was interesting.
Snug
Yeah,
line.
we got to. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to see like a preview of their upcoming video, which was cool.
Yeah.
Very funny. We're all huge fans of Friendship is Witchcraft, so.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Remember that time that we were driving back from Space Needle and we were all singing songs?
Yeah.
Thanks
We
for
haven't
skipping
got
4 days
we
ahead.
we haven't gotten there yet. Jeez.
Jeez.
So yeah.
It was relevant, I promise.
Relevant?
Um,
Well, you
so
just
yeah.
had your talking badge removed.
So we went to the Friendship is Witchcraft panel, and then I think immediately following that was the concert, right?
Yeah, I didn't go to the concert because I'm not a fan of live music, and I was also exhausted. But you and Bernd went.
Yeah, we went to the concert. It was the acoustic set on Friday night, which was really cool. We saw Michelle Krieber play, which was awesome. And we saw a couple of other people play. Although like Bernd is a little bit more into like Tombstone kind of music. So we kind of left halfway in, and we went to a berry tube party, which was kind of fun. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you guys seem to have fun. You guys didn't come back too late either, which was nice. So
No, we came back from that, and Byrne went up to go watch some more performers at the concert, and Pinky Dash and I came back. Yeah.
Yeah. We went to the concert for a little bit and then just way too tired to stay there.
So Saturday was, I mean, what do we do on Saturday? God, it's so hard to remember all this stuff because just like everything kind of blurs.
Well, okay, so Saturday we went to the vendor hall not as interviewers.
Right, yeah,
but
as customers.
Customers.
Right.
So
because we'd seen so much
through-
stuff the previous day that I wanted
Yeah.
to especially go back and like buy some stuff because there was some really good artists there.
Yeah.
I think the first thing that we did was walk up to Cosmic Unicorn's
Yes.
table
That is
and
what we
buy
did.
things from her.
Yeah. Because she had a painting of Nightmare Moon up on Friday, which was kind of cool, but I don't know, it wasn't really my thing. So I asked her on Friday because she had said that she was going to put some more paintings up and out, and she listed a couple more off. So I said that I would kind of come back early in the morning. And so we all decided to go to her table, and she had two beautiful paintings of Rainbow Dash, which you bought one and I bought one.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like when you have paintings, you know, you expect to pay a lot more. Like first of all, you have prints of things which aren't that expensive, and then you have originals of those prints, in which case, you know, you're gonna pay more for it. And then when you have like a painting, you expect to pay like so much more. But those paintings were not bad, which is immediately why like I asked her how much it was, and as soon as she said it, I was like, I will be buying that off of you immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go over those later when we talk about all the stuff that we got at the end.
Yeah.
Which we'll have an entire section where we'll talk about all the stuff that we got.
Yeah. So we did that. We met up with some fans, but we'll talk about that at the end as well.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And then we had a camera from Everfree Network, and we had been talking with Final Draft the night before about doing some like just B-roll or like some silly footage.
As opposed to our like quote unquote serious stuff on Friday with the interviews.
Yeah. And he had suggested like maybe doing a walkthrough of the artist alley with like one of the voice actors. So it just so happened that like as we were meeting fans, I spotted Peter New grabbing a drink, and so I asked him if he would be willing to do a walkthrough of the artist alley with us. And he said, sure, that sounds like fun. So we did. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we basically took him through Artist Alley and just walked him up and down. We had a system in place because the four of us were kind of... Were you there, Pinky Dash, or...?
No.
No, I wasn't there for the Peter New thing because I was off getting
Right.
something.
So, the three of us, Burned, Flutter Guy, and myself, were Flutter Guy, you were behind the camera. I was kind of guiding him, and then Burned was going out ahead and talking to the vendors and saying, hey, if you have anything Big Macintosh, be sure to put it out so we can come to your table. And we basically just walked up and down all the aisles to like most of the artists, and he would pick up the Big Mac stuff and talk about it, or we'd meet fans, and there would be, you know, like, he would take pictures with them, and it was basically like the best thing ever. It was really cool to get to meet him. It was really cool to get to, you know, talk with him about stuff and see him go through. He got a bunch of free stuff from people, which was really awesome.
Oh yeah, people were giving him gifts.
That video will be going up on the channel as well.
Hopefully, it's up by this point.
Yeah, it's not up. It's not up so far, but it should be up by the time that this comes out. If not, then just keep an eye out on Everfree Radio's YouTube page, youtube.com/everfreeradio. And there should be like a walkthrough of Peter New. It was pretty long, like 20 minutes or something. So
yeah, it was pretty epic. I mean, he met some of his fans and gave some advice to some people, and I hope the audio came out okay because we didn't have like the professional quality camera and microphones.
Yeah, we didn't have microphones, so we had to kind of deal with just Handycam audio, but it seemed to be good enough.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it's nice to just kind of watch Peter New walk around and see all the people who say hi to him and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then we got to fangirl out and get a picture with him afterwards.
Yeah, of course. We
Yeah.
had to. There's no
No
denying
question.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
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 After that was the charity auction.
Charity auction, yes. We did catch the end of the writer and storyboard panel, which was right before the charity auction, which was kind of cool because it was Sibsy and Amy Keating Rogers, basically talking about how storyboarding and writing kind of intertwine, which is cool. We got to meet Sibsy in person.
That's a good point to bring up. Actually, we
that
we
was
did.
cool.
I mean, we all got to see Sibsy a little bit. Yeah, we all got to kind of chat with her. I know specifically, I went out and I talked to her for maybe like 5-10 minutes at some point, and you know, we talked about her interview that she did with us, and how she's been doing and all that kind of stuff. She's probably the only person there that I wished we had spent more time with, but she was so busy, and it's like legally it's impossible to get an interview with her nowadays. So it was
It's
just
very
nice to kind of talk and catch up with her.
Yeah.
So
yeah, charity auction.
Afterwards, the charity auction, which was the big ticket item for the con, just because they have a bunch of items which are really awesome or rare or whatever, and they're put up for a children's charity in Seattle, I believe.
Yes.
So people would bid on it and things like that.
The all the proceeds went to the the Seattle Children's Hospital, which I guess one of the founders of the hospital came out and talked about it, and like
No, it wasn't a founder; it was a representative.
Okay, but the hospital
It was founded
itself...
in like 1902. So.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. But it was an interesting story because she was saying that like the hospital basically grew on like charitable donations, like from charities such as the one that we had, like a charity auction.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
There were a lot of cool items. It's hard to describe because we don't have a lot of pictures from it. But there was like really amazing necklaces and brooches and some really cool collector's items like comics and things like that. There, you can kind of see it here in this picture, but there's a giant Celestia thing that's stuffed, and so there's a bunch of cool stuff. I was helping behind the scenes, and you and Bernd were sitting in the crowd bidding on stuff.
Yes.
It was just, I don't know, it's generally it's such an amazing thing because anybody who's been to a charity auction knows that charity auctions can kind of get a little bit out of hand in terms of what people pay for things, but that's because it's charity.
Well, especially when you have like Peter New and
Andrew
Francis running around like trying to pump up the prices and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But there was some really cool stuff up there. I didn't get anything because I am extremely poor and cannot afford any of that.
I wasn't there. I can't remember what I was doing, but I wasn't there.
Don't know.
Did you?
Maybe you were napping?
Yeah, no, I don't think I was napping. I didn't nap during the day. I can't remember what I was doing.
Well, it's probably still waiting in line for a signature from Andrew Lippman or something.
Maybe. Could have been.
Yeah. Which I eventually got.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So
you almost bought a painting.
Yeah, there were two. Well, there were a lot of like really big ticket items. The two necklaces that were
stunning. I got to see them up close. Later.
Who made those? I think was that Chaotic
Brony.
Brony. Yeah.
I believe one of them was by Chaotic Brony. I can't confirm that both of them were.
No, I think they both were. I can't remember.
Well, anyways, there were two wonderful necklaces slash brooches and things like that, and they were quite beautiful. I was lucky enough to afterwards be able to get a close look at them, and they were just stunning. I'm sure you could find, if you get the charity auction, that video will be up on EFN's YouTube page, which is Everfree Radio. That they'll be up there, so you can check that out. There was a lot of cool stuff, including the final two paintings that were auctioned off.
Yes.
The first of which you bid on.
Yes.
But you didn't win.
No.
Almost, but not quite.
Almost won it. Not quite.
And then the very last one, which was an original by Cosmic Unicorn, that our own Bernd Hoffman happened to win.
Yay.
So So Bern got a very wonderful piece from Cosmic Unicorn,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason why I got to see the other stuff up close, because while you guys were figuring out the payments and stuff, I got to talk to some of the people and see those things up close.
Yeah.
Which is
So
really
that
cool.
painting, you might recognize it because we featured it on our show. It's Sunrise in Equestria. And I don't want to.
Semi recently,
Yeah.
right?
Like episode 31, maybe.
Really?
I
thought
mean,
it was
not
later than
31,
that.
not 31, 51.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fairly recently.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much into it because I know Bern will want to talk about it when he gets back.
Yeah.
But let me just say that like seeing the painting in person is so phenomenal. Like,
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful painting.
yeah.
It absolutely is.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic Unicorn is a great artist who we actually got to spend a little bit more time with. So I guess that was the end of our Saturday, basically, right? Did you guys go out to the concert on Saturday?
On Saturday we went to pick up the painting. And then
No, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. We picked up the painting because we had to pay for the painting.
Right.
And then afterwards, Bern and I went to the concert, it was the second part of Pony Stock, which was the electronic and rap portion of the concert.
Oh, right. That was after our dinner. Right. Okay. I'm trying to remember where stuff is in my timeline, and so that was yeah.
It was pretty fun when we finally got there. But I don't know, I had been walking around all day and I was tired and my feet were hurting, so I ended up going back to the room early. Bern stayed and watched the concert.
Yeah, he was in at like 2.
Yeah.
He had a late night, but he was celebrating.
Yeah, especially because we had to get up early on Sunday because they had a special media autograph signing session.
Yeah, because we got media badges. We got to go into like a special like media signing session, because normally throughout the entire weekend they had like little times when you could get stuff signed. You'd stand in line, but they figured because like the media people and like the staff also probably wouldn't have a lot of time, they pinned out like an hour or so for them to do that. So we were lucky enough to do that. I went in and got Sibsy's autograph because she the best, and you got Sibsy and Andrea Libman.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know Bern got a couple as well.
I got Andrea Libman the day before.
Yeah.
Even though I had a media badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sunday.
That was nice because, like you said, for staff and media, we were
busy.
fairly busy for the entire weekend. So
Yeah, it was nice.
So
Sunday. We all have like different stories because the 3 of us at least were like split apart for most of Sunday.
Yeah.
Or like the first half of Sunday, because you guys, like, we went up and went to the EFN guys because they were setting up for doing like panels and things like that, because they were in the main room the entire time doing all the panels there. So I ended up staying with them, and you guys went down and did a couple more interviews, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went and we interviewed Citra 360, who is another fantastic artist. And a couple other people that we weren't able to catch on Friday. And yeah, I ended up buying another thing or 2 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was cool.
And then we ended up sticking around for a couple panels. I know I stuck around for the manliest panel, which was Dusty Cat, who we got to see a lot over the weekend.
Yep.
Andrew Francis and Peter New, who just kind of sat around and talked about manly things, and it was a lot of fun. And then you guys came back for the storyboarders panel.
Before the storyboarders panel,
Was there something?
yeah, we so
Oh, did we do that? Did we do what I think we did in between?
yes, so
Okay.
We were basically kind of the floor media for Everfree Network at this con.
Yeah, we were.
And so we had, I forget if Draft asked us or if we asked Draft, or we both kind of communicated somehow.
I basically, I think
Yeah.
Jeff kind of like floated the idea past us because we were doing the floor coverage in terms of like the artist alley.
Yeah.
And like normally that's what we'd be doing, but there was really not a lot of people who would do floor coverage normally. EQI is usually the standard for EFN. Equestrian Inquirer does like a lot of like the floor coverage and stuff, but they weren't there. So we ended up doing a lot of cool stuff, including floor coverage, and we got to interview some people.
Yes.
So you were right. After the Manliest panel, we came back, and you and I, Flutter Guy and I, got to interview Andrew Francis,
Yes.
who is the voice of Shining Armor, in case you did not know.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So we got to interview him, have like a little like 10-minute interview with him, which was super cool.
It was a lot of
because
fun,
We
yeah.
were not expecting to interview like voice actors or anything, and so to be able to get that opportunity to sit down and talk with him, and he's such an awesome guy.
Yeah. We
Yeah, we got to do that. That's
Yeah.
that's a thing that happened this weekend. We got to sit down and interview Andrew Francis.
Yeah. It was pretty chill. You know, we went in, we kind of introduced ourselves to him, and we just talked for a little bit before the interview, and just kind of made some jokes and stuff.
He's
and,
a super nice guy. And the
Yeah.
coolest thing about it is that he's just so enthusiastic about the pony fandom. Like, he only really found out about it like a year ago.
yeah.
And
well,
then
because we asked that in our interview. It's like, you know, how has this affected you? Because you only found out about it, you know, recently.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was a really cool guy. I don't know how to describe it. He was awesome, and it was very nice to interview him. So yeah, that's a cool thing that we kind of get to brag about. We interviewed Andrew Francis. We got to interview Shining Armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the storyboard panel. Or
Not yet.
we snuck
Wait.
one in, didn't we?
Wait, when was
It
the
was
other...
right. Oh God, I can't remember.
I think it
It was right after.
after.
It was right after.
right after,
So
yeah.
right after.
Yeah, it was right
It was right
after.
after that. Normally we were packing up and we were going to go back to the storyboard panel because we all kind of wanted to see that. And in walks Andrea Libman. And Andrea Libman, we weren't planning on interviewing at all. And I think it was the media correspondent, the guy that we were talking to. His name is Pony Tim, who is an awesome guy throughout this entire weekend. He said, "Well, you got a 15-minute spot here. You guys want to interview her?" And we were like, "What?"
Yes.
Okay. So, Burned
Yeah,
and Piggy
so that
Dash,
happened.
you guys did that interview.
Yeah.
Yes, I was kind of pushed in front of the camera at that
Yeah.
stage. I was like, yep, see that seat over there, that's yours, you got to interview her, let's go, and press record. That's pretty much what happened, because we only had that, 10, 15-minute window, which we weren't expecting, and we were half packed up. So, we quickly plugged it all back in. Andrea sat down, and then Bernd and I sat down, and we managed to bumble our way through a 15-minute interview with her, which was fun, and I was shaking for about an hour and a half
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Because my favorite voice actor in the show, and she just happened to be right there, and I was talking to her. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
So Andrew Francis and Andrea Libman were two interviews that we did right there, and it was just like, we were still like afterwards, we're like, do we just do that? Because I think we
Yeah.
just did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was really cool.
that was great fun.
For sure.
Yeah. And
So after that
these
was the
interviews should hopefully be up on EFN on YouTube
Again,
by now.
all of the
but-
videos that we're talking about will be
some
going
stage,
up
yeah.
on EFN's page, which is youtube.com/everfreeradio. So if it's not there, then it will be soon. All those videos that we're talking about will be there. So yeah, make sure to check those out. Because I don't know, we did them. That's your replacement for our missed CIC last week. Is these videos?
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we did more than an hour of coverage while we were there. So there you go.
Yep.
So if you need your CAC fix, it's in there somewhere. And if you're lucky enough to be watching the stream, we did make appearances on Nashcam.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nashcam.
we were there in and out periodically.
Hey,
So
you know-
afterwards was the storyboard panel.
Yes.
Now I'm getting the order correct. Afterwards was the storyboard panel where we got to see Sibsy and Raven, and I think the third one was Final Draft, who was sitting up there.
Yep.
Who was moderating, and they talked about storyboarding and things like that, which is really fun. It was one of the few panels that we got to catch during the weekend, but I'm glad we did because it's always fun watching Sibsy talk about stuff. She's really funny, and I enjoy her company, and it's too bad we couldn't interview her. But
Yeah. We tried to get an interview, but there's legal reasons and
Political reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, like these a lot of like the higher ups are kind of cracking down on interviews when it comes
cracking
to
down on
people who were involved in the making of the show. Voice actors they're okay with, but people like storyboard artist Sibsy. We were lucky enough, apparently because of these crackdowns, to now have an interview with her that we did, a couple months back.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, at least we got to talk to her a little bit beforehand.
Yes.
So after that.
It was closing ceremonies, I think.
Yep, after that was closing ceremonies, which it all happened so fast, but suddenly we were sitting down at closing ceremonies, watching all of the, all of the wrap-ups and all of the people coming on stage and saying thank you, and I don't know, the entire thing happened like crazy fast.
I know, it was so quick, but it was so much fun. Actually, during the closing ceremonies, Pinky Dash, you and Bernd went to go interview Baron Engel, who is a concept artist, and unfortunately,
And unfortunately, Burns not here to talk about it because he was a lot.
yeah, I know. We're gonna have to get him.
He had some pretty amazing sketches.
I recognize the name from somewhere, but I can't remember where, so I'm gonna have to look him up.
I can't remember. I was sort of focusing on the camera more than the interview when I was doing it. So I can't actually remember what he was saying. But the interview will be up on EFN at some stage.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, he was showing art and I had to move the camera around, so I was doing that.
Yeah. So there was one more thing that we did before quote unquote finishing the con, which was one more interview that we did. Or by we I mean you, Flutter Guy, and Burned.
Yep.
So yeah.
After we had done our interview with Andrew Francis, we were asked by Pony Tim if we wanted to do an interview with Michelle Krieber at 6. And we said, sure, why not? That would be a lot of fun. But the Everfree Network guys were trying to pack up and stuff. So fortunately, we worked everything out, like timing-wise, and we were able to get an interview with Michelle Krieber and Natalie Sharp. And it was pretty awesome.
It was a quote unquote interesting interview because basically the way it went was it's been a long con. Obviously these two girls who are much younger are kind of tired afterwards, so we decided
they were tired. We were tired too.
Well, we were tired too, but instead of being super serious, we decided to have like a little fun thing. So we talked to them for about 5 minutes before, did some goofy stuff during the interview.
Can you hear again yet after that?
It wasn't bad. I mean, singing opera into the microphone kind of wreaked havoc on me trying to keep the levels okay, but but other than that, we had a lot of fun with that. So yeah, we got to interview Andrew Francis, Andrea Libman, and Michelle Krieber, as well as walk around with Peter New and interview a bunch of artists, which is, looking back on it, a crazy amount.
Pretty
we
cool.
did everything.
Yeah.
It was pretty insane. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it again next year because I'm sure EQI will be coming out or something like that. But I'm really glad that we got the opportunity to do all this fantastic stuff because it made for a really memorable weekend.
Yeah, it was quite
We
fantastic.
had a bunch of fun.
I guess there's some other stuff too that we did, which is more personal, so I'll just skim over it quickly. We ate dinner with Cosmic Unicorn afterwards, which is very nice.
That was fun.
Yeah, she's a wonderful lady, and it was a lot of fun just talking with her more in depth and getting to know her a little bit. We'll probably have her on the show again. We requested that she come back and help us on a couple more episodes, and she said she'd be glad to, which is nice. And then the rest of the days were just spent in and around Seattle, which was cool. So we got to kind of visit downtown. I'll try to flash some pictures here. We got to go to like the Space Needle, which was
we actually posed on the Space Needle.
We did.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
we did.
If anybody remembers the Secret Pony piece that was done, which was like a piece of fan art, not only did we get a normal picture of us, but Bernd requested that we make a pose trying to imitate it. So we did that.
And that was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it was.
But a lot of people gave us such weird looks because we're standing up here with a bunch of people asking them to like move aside so we can make this weird pose, which is great.
That's the day that you chose to say that we got weird looks at?
Oh, we got weird looks everywhere we went.
Yeah, but it was
Yep.
it was cool.
When we were walking around going for dinner and getting food and stuff, everyone on the streets looking at us.
Like, what's this?
Although
pony
we
stuff?
did-
I was with Silver, and she was in a very bright outfit
Pink hair, all that jazz. So
and hair.
It was pretty cool though, because we were in the elevator for the Space Needle, and the girl who was running the elevator knew about the con, and her favorite
she
pony
seems
was
pro
Twilight.
pony.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very pro pony.
Yeah.
Twilight was her favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so we got to do a bunch of fun stuff in Seattle, and overall, that kind of finishes out the trip in terms of like
I
chronologically.
saw another squirrel in Seattle.
You signed on the squirrel, but yeah, that finishes up our trip.
And I saw a chipmunk as well in Chicago at the zoo.
As much as I'd love to keep talking about your Australian fascinations, we should also talk about some of the other stuff. Well, now that we're done chronologically speaking, there's some other stuff that we have to talk about that had to do with the con as well.
Yeah, before we go into anything else con related, I want to show this picture because this Fluttershy is adorable.
Is
It's teeny
is
Fluttershy.
Oh, it's the teeny tiny one.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we were walking.
I didn't see that one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he was so cute. We were walking down the hallway, and from the back we just saw this guy in a big Dr. Hooves thing, and then beside him is what I assume to be his daughter, in this like teeny tiny cute little Fluttershy thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see either of those two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we only saw them that one time, and we had to take a picture because it was just adorable because she was so tiny.
Did they only have like 1 day entry?
Maybe. I
Maybe,
didn't see.
could be.
Or maybe they just didn't wear the costumes on other days. From experience, cosplaying is a really annoying thing to do. I can't imagine being in a giant suit. So.
I
Yeah.
could imagine, because it was like, what would you say, like 28 degrees, 26 degrees
It's
Celsius,
pretty hot out.
like every day.
Yeah, it was
so,
quite warm.
So, yeah,
Imagine
it
they were
could have
probably
been
sweating
very
quite a bit.
warm in there. Yeah.
Mhm. So, what do you guys want to do first? Do you guys want to do loot, or do you guys want to talk about fan stuff?
Let's talk about fans,
Okay,
because I like
Fan stuff.
I like fans.
I like fans too. So over the
They keep you-
weekend,
they keep you cool.
over the weekend,
In both.
are you gonna keep going? No, I'm cutting you off. Stop. No. Okay, so over the weekend, we got to meet a bunch of fans of our show, which was pretty amazing because none of us have really had that before. I think, like we said before, Burned.
None of us. Burned has.
Burned has.
Well, no. Burned has
we-
met someone. We met Zargos at PAX East a little bit for 2 minutes. But this convention was where we really got to interact with fans, and people would come up to us. I know, we signed things, we took pictures, all that jazz, which is a really surreal thing to do because we consider ourselves just as much fans as much as I guess people consider themselves fans of us. So I don't know. It was a weird experience, that's for sure.
But totally awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for example, I think it was after the Storyboarders panel, we went backstage to try and wait for Sibsy, which we found out later that we couldn't, but we were just waiting back there, and I was standing, and one guy walked up to me, and he I think he tapped me on the shoulder and he said, "Are you Rainbow Plasma?" And I was like, "Yes." and he said, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I was like, "Yes." There's just stuff like that, which is just so surreal. I don't know. It's weird. Like I said, we signed stuff. It just didn't seem. I don't know. It doesn't seem right because we're just for
We're just guys.
normal people.
Yeah.
But apparently people like our show.
Well, normal is kind of a loose
Well,
word.
Yeah.
normal relative to the pony fandom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We did get to meet some of our more vocal fans from the IRC chat. We got to meet Isla Wolf and Smooth Sailing Pony.
Who, to his credit, did not try to ship any of us that entire weekend.
That's true. Yep.
Good on him. Good on him. Or maybe he did. I just didn't notice because I blocked it all out. But yeah, we did get to meet them. We got to meet a lot of fans, but not a lot of them gave us their names, and so we have pictures of them. So here you go. Here's your picture. Sorry, we don't remember your name, but we don't have it on record. Whereas Isla Wolf and Smooth Sailing we see every week.
Yeah.
So if this is you, say hi.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was weird to have such awesome fan interaction, but it was a part of our weekend, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That we weren't expecting really. I mean, we were expecting 1 or 2 people, but I don't know. We got 10 people total come up to us. And while that might not seem like a lot when you compare it to like, I don't know, the people who are going up to Andrew Francis every 5 seconds, but to us, it's just like, what? Makes no sense.
It was really cool. I think, you know, for that amount of fans, because we did have that interaction, which was really awesome. But it wasn't like overwhelming, so we could still do things. And like even like, because I know Yala Wolf and Smooth Sailing kind of followed us around for a little bit. And they kind of helped out with some of the recording stuff, like keeping people in check and whatnot, which was pretty cool. Yeah,
you're right. You know, there is an aspect of when you look at the voice actors, because we got to talk to them, we got to interview them, we talked to them about whether or not they got to see the artist alley, and you know, I specifically like Andrew Francis was just like, no, I didn't get to see it because I've been so busy. You know, they have a lot of interviews, they have signings, they have, you know, anywhere they walk, people will be coming up to them saying, "Oh my God, you're shining armor! Oh my God, Big Mac," or whatever, you know. Yeah. So in that regard, it's kind of nice where, you know, we would still get those like walking down a hallway and suddenly someone would be like, "Hey, you're the CIC," and we're like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
In fact, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I forgot that we're in the fan section of stuff now. I was just saying, I was walking back from somewhere. Can't remember what I was doing, but I was by myself and I was walking through a corridor, and Final Draft cornered me. I was like, "Hey, you're from the Cutie Art Crusaders, right, Pinky Dash?" And he just threw me around a corner and just like, "Hey, meet Raven." So
yeah,
he just threw me into Raven. I'm like, "Well, hi." And we were going to interview her with Sibsy, but same reason they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I talked to Raven for a little bit, and that was cool.
Yeah.
But that just happens, you meet people in the corridors.
yeah. You'd just be walking places.
I think one night I ran out of someone's room and pretty much crash tackled into JJ as well. He was just walking through, and I almost killed him.
I know.
But so that happened.
Yeah. So I mean, just thank you to all of the fans who came up to us and said hi or took our pictures or, I don't know, got something signed or whatever. Like, that is crazy to think about that someone would want to do that. And it means a lot to us that you consider us highly enough that you would do that and come say hi. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to coming back next year and meeting more of you guys. And the last thing that we were going to talk about was our swag, our loot, our doubloons.
Swag.
So obviously, while we were there, we got a bunch of stuff. We
so much stuff
either bought or gave to us or whatever. That we ended up
acquired.
Yeah, getting. So I don't know who wants to. Does someone want to go first about what they got or? Okay, right. I guess I'll go first.
You go first.
All right, sweet.
Max.
So here's a picture of the entire thing. I put it out on my Canadian flag because it happened to all fit on there. But that's all the stuff that I got. I'll go through it quickly. There's the painting by Cosmic Unicorn at the very top there. You can see because it's more 3D than the other ones. It's a beautiful piece, and I can't wait to put it up on my wall.
It's on canvas.
Yes, on canvas. Very high quality, that kind of thing. Fit perfectly in my suitcase, which is lucky. Otherwise, I'd have to carry it on the plane.
Yeah.
I also had some things by Alien First. That's the Iron Man Rainbow Dash and the other Rainbow Dash by Alien First signed, of course. She was wonderful this weekend. I have the other Gamer Lunar because last year Bernd got the Gamer Luna one and he gave it to me as a present because he knows that I love Gamer Luna. And so this year he had the other one and he also gave that to me, which was really awesome. So that's like the second Gamer Luna one that I had, which is really cool. These next two pieces of Lyra were interesting because they were made by a fan of our show who couldn't get a vendor's table, so he was walking around with his suitcase full of art just giving away for free.
Yeah.
Like he had hundreds of these prints.
Yeah, his name was Ardale.
Yes.
Yeah, Ardale.
It was his first con like ever. And so he had thought about getting a vendor table, but he didn't want to miss out on the con experience. So he figured, why don't I just, walk around with my art and just give it away for free, which was awesome. Like really cool.
Yeah, so
I saw so many people with his stuff.
Yeah, we did do an interview with him somewhere in that 50-minute chunk of our interviews on Friday. but I believe he was also like a fan of our show and like came up and said hi to us, and it was really awesome. And yeah, he was like, well, which ones do you want? And he was like, I've got some Lyra pieces, and I was like, I will take both of them. so I got the 2 Lyra pieces, which are really cool. I know you guys got stuff too, which you guys can talk about a little bit later.
Yeah.
The next one is when we went to the media signing, everybody had their own posters that you could get signed. And so because I got the signature from Sibsy, she was also like, here you go. Here's this awesome piece that I will sign, which is perfect because I didn't know what I wanted her to sign. So it's just really good. She's just like her with a basket of ducks kicking Timberwolves in the face. And that one, in case you can't read it because it's blurry, it says, thanks for being so sweet, Rainbow Plasma, Heart, Sibsy. It was very nice because she said on that day, she was like, I'm glad you came by because I was afraid no one was gonna want a signature from you, and I wanted just one, so you were the first. Thank you very much. I was like, oh, yeah. So that was nice of her, and it's great to have that piece and signature from her. The next piece is my new mouse pad, which I'm using right now, which is Rainbow Butt.
Rainbow butt.
Funny butt.
Rainbow Butt. It was good. I had to buy it. I needed a new mouse pad anyways, so perfect.
Yeah, he had all sorts of pony butts.
Yeah,
I think he was. Was there a gummy butt? Did I see a gummy butt?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I think we interviewed him for the Friday thing as well.
He had the stained glass as well.
Yeah, he had the stained glass as well. You're right.
Yeah.
So I got that, and then these next pieces are about me, I guess, because not only did I get a bunch of other stuff, I also got a bunch of stuff to do with me. So the first one is something that Smooth Sailing Pony actually made for me. He just drew me and walked up to me one day and was like, "By the way, I did this drawing for you," and I'm like, "What?" He just walked up to me and said, I did this drawing of you. Like, can you just imagine going to a con and someone would be like, yeah, so I drew you. Like, not a commission or anything. They're just like, I just like you, so I drew you. So that was really cool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That happened.
Oh yeah, there was also the Wonderbolts. A friend of mine sent those to me that I happened to get at the con, so I included them. Thank you, Kirid. I like them.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank
Look,
you,
they're
Kirid.
Sword and Spitfire, and they're the wrong names. The next one is the metal thing, which we'll get to later because we have a better picture of it. So we'll talk about it when it's yours, Pinky Dash. There's my badge with the pins and stuff, which is cool. Media badge, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And this was a really cool present that Byrne got for me and the rest of us. He bought a commission from KDW for all of us, Andy Ilowolf. That was basically just like, here's your character that you can wear on your badge. So it's like, instead of having this like ugly badge that I was showing previously, just like a square that says your name and media on it, it had like my character, and it's like the best thing ever. So cool.
She made them very cute.
It's very, very cute. Thank you, Bert. And the next one is a painted blind bag of me by Silver, who is staying with us, which is very nice. Thank you, Silver. It's really cool to see, and it came out great no matter what you say. And
All of ours did, yeah.
And I think the final one is a commission that I got for another badge, which was someone sitting right next to KDW, whose name was Helicity, or Helicity Pony with an I, .deviantart.com. She did a commission for me for another badge, which came out awesome as well. Huh, that's a lot of pony swag.
Swag.
So much pony swag.
Swag.
So who wants to go next? That's it for me.
I will go next.
Okay.
Where did I put my photos?
You got a lot of stuff with no close-ups, so you're just gonna have to describe it all.
Yeah, I'll take some photos, I guess, later, and put them up.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
No, it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, this is the photo full of my stuff. It's quite extensive, but that is the place where I sleep. There's lots of stuff on my bed right now. You can see all those big prints there is from that guy Ardale that was giving me out free. So I got 5.
Boatload. You got a bunch of sketches and stuff.
I got a whole bunch of stuff. Those packets of blind bags at the back were given to me by Silver. Not at the convention, before the convention, but I included them anyway because I got them in the States. Same with that big plushie Rainbow Dash, the Build-A-Bear one. I got that from Silver. And the Perla Pony in the back was a gift from Rainbow Rage. So I think he got one for each of us.
Who is that commissioned by? I don't have their card, I don't think.
I can't remember their name.
Oh, I feel like such a jerk.
It was
Pretty Pixelations.
Pretty Pixelations, yeah.
Pretty Pixelations. Kristen Hume. Kristen Hume was, yes,
And yeah, so
prettypixelations.deviantart.com.
we all got one of those, and they're actually quite big.
Yeah, we all got one of those.
They're decent sized. Yeah, and the 2 custom brushies in front of those were again made by Silver, of my pony and her pony, and they're adorable. Silver's neck is broken, but that happens. Like the head is broken, but that happens. And I also got him to sign. Ardale got him to sign all of his prints as well.
Yeah, same.
So that was cool. That pinky picture there, the smaller one, was bought because it was adorable, and then I got Andrew Limbin to sign it. So that one's signed by Andrew Limbin. That's what I waited in line for like 45 minutes for.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm perfectly happy that I waited those 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Next to that is there's a couple of sketches, drawings. In the middle, my buttons. I've got 1, 2, 3 Cloud Chaser, 2 Pinkies, and a Rainbow Rage. A Roseluck.
Rainbow Rage Rose like.
There's also a Cloud Chaser trading card. There's a Roseluck sticker, and there's 2 little blind bags. Again, like the ones that you guys got. I got a Me pony and a Silver Ring Clouds pony. A few blind bags there, and those little metal cutouts, which there is a closer up picture of those 2. One of them is Silver's pony, and one of them is a cloud with a music note out of it, which is mostly, well, it's representative of Silver Ring Clouds' cutie mark. I designed those. Funny guy cut them out on his laser cutter because he's cool like that.
Speaking of the laser cut stuff,
Yeah.
Speaking of
there's
laser
also the large one that you were kind enough to take a better picture of. We had the Cutie Art Crusaders. One of the gifts that you brought, Flutter Guy, was this. You brought for each of us. We all got a Cutie Art Crusaders metal cutout, which is really cool. It was based on Agamemnemsar's piece that he did for our fan art episode way back. And
us as fillies.
it was us as cute little fillies with our capes on.
Yep.
And you decided that you wanted to cut that out of metal because that's kind of what you do at your job.
Yeah.
Day to day. And so you brought one for each of us and a couple extras.
Yeah.
Which was really awesome.
Yeah. Basically, like, I don't know how many people know, but I'm a software engineer by day, and I work for a company that manufactures laser cutting machines. And we're allowed to like use some of the test material every so often. So this was kind of a special thing. And I worked on this piece. Basically, I had to trace over Agamemnensar's piece of us, and was able to get it done and cut it out on, I think I did 4 or 5 pieces.
5.
Yeah, on stainless steel. And so I gave one to each of you guys, and I gave one to Final Draft, who is our boss, basically.
Yeah. The guy who made all of the awesome stuff this weekend possible by giving us kind of free reign with the cameras and helping us out and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so you can see in this picture, which I'm going to make Rainbow Plasma put up, that's me handing the thing to Draft. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
Another thing about those metal things of us, those little tabs down the bottom that connect to the big bar, they fold up so they actually stand up.
Yeah.
So you can have them standing on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you cool. I mean, like a year ago, you sent me a Rainbow Dash thing similar to it, which is very nice of you. But yeah, so
and
we all
they're
got
incredibly sharp. I cut myself on myself.
They're very sharp.
Yeah, they're very, very sharp.
When I was putting it on my bed to take a photo, I stabbed myself with my hair.
So yeah, that was all the stuff that you got.
Yeah, that's pretty much all my stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So first, I got a painting of Rainbow Dash by Cosmic Unicorn.
Yeah, that was the one that you bought.
Yeah, it's a little square painting, which will go nicely in my house somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic, getting that piece from her. And I got let's see, I got a Fluttershy and I'm missing the Applejack print. From the art.
No, I did see that. It's up there somewhere.
From from Ardale, the guy who was handing out free prints.
Yeah, you got a Fluttershy and an Applejack. We all
Yep.
just like put our hands into a suitcase and came out with a bunch of art and then ran away giggling.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's Ardale's things that you got.
Yep. I got the Fluttershy from JJ, which was really cool.
Vern gave that to you.
Vern
actually.
gave that to me, yeah, which was amazing. And then I got it signed by Andrea Lippman, which is kind of hard to see in the picture.
Funnily enough, he gave that to you before because when he was giving me the Gamer Luna, he was like, "Oh, do you think Flutterguy would like this?" And I was like, "Yeah, he would." And so he was like, "Here you go." And then JJ ended up selling that print at the con.
Yeah, yeah. I had no idea. Like, it just like it ended up in my poster tube, and I'm sure Byrne probably said something at some point, but I wasn't paying attention. So then I go to my poster tube and I'm like, "Hey, is this anyone's?" And Byrne's like, "That's yours. I gave it to you." I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
my bad."
Before we left for Seattle, we both were just like, "You want this?" And you were like, "Sure." And then I guess you
I
forgot
must have
about it.
forgotten about it. I got an Applejack print from Citra 360, which was pretty cool. And then I got the same Sibsy piece, and I got her to sign it. And mine says Cutie Art Crusaders rule. Thanks so much, Heart Sibsy.
She remembers us. Ah!
I know. Weird noises. I did get an Applejack commission. Unfortunately, I can't remember the artist's name, but yeah. I got an Applejack commission. It's I think it's pen and marker or marker and marker, which is really cool. I really like the artist style, so that's why I did the commission. And then I got a little Applejack sticker for my car from Leakfish. And then last is my badge and other badge and pins.
Yeah. There's like a close up of your KDW thing, and this is a better representation. Like I took mine off when I took a picture of them, but that's basically what it would look like. We would have the badge, and then your like pony would hang in front of the badge.
Yep.
As you were walking around.
And the pins.
So cute.
Yep.
Yeah, those necklaces got heavy after a while.
Yeah,
As you added more and more stuff.
I had media badge, I had buttons, I had my pony, and I had a Cloud Chaser thing on there as well.
Yeah, started to weigh down after a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and I forgot.
And the ears I was having were heavy.
I totally forgot. You also, because I totally forgot my perler pony. By the way, in case you guys don't know what a perler pony is, a perler pony is a bunch of beads put in like a pixel pattern made by Pretty Pixelations. Let me just get the card out really quick. prettypixelations.deviantart.com. And so she made one for all of us, like we said before, and I forgot mine in your bag. So,
Thanks to Rainbow Rage who commissioned it for us.
Yes,
So-
thank you, Rainbow Rage.
So you have mine that you have to ship to me, but I also got that. I forgot. It's really cool.
Burned and I haven't gotten ours yet because unfortunately she ran out of time. But
No, she ran out of beads.
Or she ran out of beads, so she's shipping them to us. But yeah, I have yours for the moment.
Yes.
So I have to ship that to you.
Correctamundo.
Yeah.
And that's it, basically.
Yeah.
Burned has a haul of stuff, including a nice painting, but I think we'll give him a little bit of time next week to talk about all of his stuff.
Yes.
Sucks that he couldn't be here today, but that's life. We all have work and schedules to work around, so that's what happens. Burned and I both work part-time. That's what happens when you work part-time. You two are lucky enough where you guys work full-time, so you got pretty firm work schedules. We're just like, our work would call us and be like, "So you're going to come in today?" And we're like, "No, I had plans."
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, that's basically it. That is our Everfree Northwest experience condensed into just over an hour, which is completely impossible to do because there's so much more going around in my brain, but it is impossible to put out there without spending literally the entire weekend talking about it.
Yeah. We had an absolutely fantastic time. Meeting fans, doing interviews, walking around, buying stuff, spending money, you know.
Yeah. No, it was an incredible weekend. I mean, like, it's definitely the best convention I've ever been to, and I mean, PAX has been fantastic. I don't think I've been to a bad convention, but this one was definitely like just so much fun. I can't wait. I want to book my tickets now. Fortunately, I can't pay for them, so I need to save up for them. But if I had the money, I would be buying my tickets right now to go back. If you guys, there's a lot of con stuff going around, smaller cons and things like that. But if you guys want a con to go to, Everfree Northwest is pretty incredible. And we just had the best time over the last weekend or so.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was so
It's really
fantastic.
awesome. And I think that's basically
Thanks
it.
to everybody who came and said hi and made our weekend amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you'd like to see more of our coverage of Everfree Northwest, I'm going to say it one more time in case you missed it. But you can see it on EFN's page. That is youtube.com/EverfreeRadio. That's where you can see, well, our videos. First of all, you should be already here if you're watching on YouTube. Just go check out all of the Everfree stuff. You will see some more coverage by us, and hopefully we don't make ourselves look like fools on video.
I'm sure we did, but that happened.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why people like us.
That's why
though.
people love us, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just your accent though.
That's the only reason people like me.
Aw, I like
So-
you for different reasons.
All right. Anyways, enough this nonsense. We're over time.
Is it because we had an intimate moment?
We're over time.
It was the cuddles.
Ah!
Yes, thank you all so
I'm gonna put
much.
a picture of us cuddling on screen right now. 'Cause we have a picture of that.
Yeah, we do.
So once again, for the third week straight, we're not going to do plugs because, duh. But you guys know where to find us, just in case.
CutieArtCrusaders.tvnet.com.
Bam.
That's all you need to know.
Yep.
Exactly. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you all for coming out to the con, or I don't know, coming out to the live stream and saying hi to us and things like that. We had a great weekend.
Hey, guess what I had for lunch or for breakfast after the con?
What?
Cookie dough ice cream.
Nash Browns.
Nash Browns.
Nash Browns.
That's great.
I'm sorry. I'll see myself out.
Speaking of seeing, just see yourself out. Thank you guys for watching, whether or not you're on YouTube or on the live stream. We love you all the same. Thank you guys for coming out to the con and saying hi to us. And we'll be back next week with, finally, after a month, a regular episode. It's been a crazy last month or so, but it's also been a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to getting back into the groove starting next week.
Wait, I'm Pinky Dash.
I'm Flutter Guy 317.
And I'm Rainbow Plasma, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.